All right, what is up, everybody? My name is Jonathan. Today we are going to be doing some things in Canva. We will be making a thumbnail for YouTube in Canva, and we will be doing that. Doing some tips that I have been digging around in Canva, trying to find, getting myself more familiar with it myself. If somebody would let me know if the audio is weird or not, that would be great. Can't hear myself. Still trying to get that sync worked out, but we are working on that. We will swap over to Canva. Go over here onto Canva. Should be good there. Okay, so we're here in Canva, and this is what we would have if we were making a thumbnail here in Canva. And we're just going to start by going to social media here, and we are going to make a YouTube thumbnail. And we're actually going to start with a blank thumbnail, just because I personally don't like using other people's faces in Canva because I don't know, it's just kind of weird if you skip through some thumbnails and it's like who is actually the person. I don't know, it's weird using other people's faces in Canva. Or for thumbnails for YouTube. That's just me. So that's that. And okay, so we're just going to start with create a blank YouTube thumbnail. And then we are going to, so here we are with our background. I'm going to make this like a gray. So if you haven't used Canva and you don't know how, we're just going to click on this little background thing right here. And I'm just going to use a color, and I'm just going to pick a color. I'm just going to use a gray scale here. I just like the way this looks. I might end up using a little bit darker one. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go with a pretty dark one here. So 2 seconds. So if you have used Canva and this is normal for you, let me know in the comments what some of the biggest things you've used Canva for. What's one of the best features that you like? What's something that you are very happy that they provide? Because I'm not a huge Canva fan, but I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to learn more the free options that are out there. So Canva is touted as some of the best. So there's that. So let's grab, so here we are. So one big tip that I have found is hotkeys. There are hotkeys built into Canva, and I need to create some rectangles. So I'm going to create a rectangle by just hitting R on my keyboard. And after I've hit R, I was trying to figure out, well, how do I change the color? And I was trying to change the color up here, but this is the background color, and it's actually this color swab right here, this little palette option. So you click on that and it opens up this color palette, and I'm going to use this super bright red, and I'm going to drag this over something down like this, and I'm actually going to be making the thumbnail for the video that we are making right now. And I'm going to want 2 of these because I want this to kind of really stand out. There's a couple of words that I want to really stand out. So now I'm going to start with my text, and I'm going to click add a heading, and we're going to type out the word 3, and I'm going to drag this up some. I wish, so maybe that's what I'm doing. So maybe I don't want to be, because see how it goes like all the way across like this? I don't like this personally. Okay, maybe that's all I needed to do. I didn't like how big this text box was, but I guess last time I did it weird. Like I said, trying to get a hold of this Canva thing when you're so used to Photoshop. I still hit Photoshop. Hotkeys trying to do things, and that does not work. So I've created my first word here. So I'm going to create 3 more words. There's no point in creating a text, making it bigger, picking the font, picking the color, all that stuff. So all I'm going to do is hit this duplicate button 3 times. And I'm going to drag this one down here. And I'm going to drag this one right here. And I'm going to drag this one right here. And now I'm going to click into these to change the text. And we're going to try to get this. So you see this pink line right here. That means it's lined up. They're all lined up. So I'm going to grab this one. I guess I should double click into this, change this text. Got to make this text box a little bit bigger. There we go. And get that lined up with the, there we go, right there. So I want that line all the way up. Oops. Helps if you don't randomly right click. 3 huge Canva tips. All right. So one of them was using hotkeys, and that is you can hit R to create rectangles. You can hit C to create circles. There are hotkeys built into Canva, and if you learn those, it will make this way faster. And so now I've seen a lot of people do this a weird way, and that is create drop shadows. And you want to be able to create drop shadows and have it look normal. So by going up to effects, you just go over here to shadow. I've seen people do weird things to make drop shadows, and it just looks super strange. So just create a shadow. So now this doesn't look right. This kind of looks weird. That's not really a drop shadow. It is, but it's not really what we're looking for. So I just need to change this color. And I was like, how do I change the color? So there's color right here, and I'm going to pick black. I'm not going to pick gray because if I don't want it to be so black, I would just reduce the transparency. Although this is kind of an oxymoron right here, because you would think 100% transparent would be completely clear, and 0 transparency would be that it would be a solid color. So that's kind of backwards to me, but whatever. Then I'm just going to do blur, and I'm going to do something like that. So that really makes this word pop out here, and you can change the direction. I usually always do something kind of like so. Something like that. And you can change the offset. The offset is how far away the shadow is from what you're creating a shadow of. So now I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to do the same thing, about the same thing. Do blur. I'm going to change the color to black. And offset, blur. And then do something like so. And about like that. All right, so that looks good to me. 3 huge Canva tips. So I want the huge tips to like really be the part that stands out. It's like, because that's what you're going to see first to me is these huge tips. I'm like, oh, sweet. Oh, Canva. And then, so now like I said, I'm learning how to do free things. That's not always super easy for me to do free things. So we're going to remove a background using this website that I saw recommended, and it is simply www.removebg. I will put this in the description of this video right now, actually. Free background removal. I'm not affiliated with these people. This is just a website that I found, so hopefully this helps somebody out. That should be in the description down below. And so I need to drag my photo that I took over here. You'll get to see what the room looks like with the lights on. And so I'm just going to drag this over here. Original background. So perfect. To download this, you do have to create an account to download the HD version. I didn't do that. I'm just downloading this, and then I'm going to hit save. So it did a really good job, actually. I probably, if I was doing this in, let's see, how do I, so edit. And then zoom in. So if I was doing this on my computer, on my computer. I'm on my computer. If I was doing this in Photoshop, I would probably get rid of the chair. But I don't really know how well that would work in here. I guess I could try to remove the chair. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a super great brush, I don't think. I don't imagine this being, no, this is not a very good, it's not a very good option if it doesn't do a good job the first time by itself. That's just my personal humble opinion. And then, so one big thing is you don't have to upload images. Like, you don't have to go to uploads and upload the image. You can simply just click and drag this over. I'm dragging this from a folder on the computer. Drag this over onto here. And you can see I did this already here, just practicing, getting some stuff worked out. I don't need two of these, so I can trash this. And then I would make this bigger. Leave that there. 3. So if you download the HD version, then it's not going to be all pixelated. So that's a one plus side. So here, that actually looks pretty good. I'm probably going to leave it alone. I like being above this and below this text. I don't know, it kind of adds some depth to it. Thankfully I did add, so the light in this photo, it's these little things. So the light in this photo is coming from this way, and the light that would be creating these shadows goes this way. If those things, your mind actually pays attention to those more than we probably think they do. So to wrap it up, the 3 tips would be using hotkeys to create things like these rectangles. I didn't have to go to elements. I don't have to go to shapes, click on the rectangle. I just hit R. That's all you have to do. Just hit R, boom, it's there, you're done. Or if you're creating a circle, just hit C, that sort of stuff. So that's that for hotkeys, how to create the drop shadow. Oh, and then I'm going to do one more tip, just a second. So how to do the drop shadow, you just click on here, go to effects, and then pick your drop shadow, your effect that you've created. So you can do hollow, you can do glitch, curve, whatever. You can do any of these things. You can do curve. I'm just going to do shadow. I'm going to put this back to where it was because I'm actually going to use this. And then no transparency. Bring that blur up quite a bit. Although I still say this transparency is backwards, but that's just me. And then offset, we're going to leave that over here, right about there. And so that's good. Oh, so here we're going to do this one more thing. So I've seen people they do that whole like outline thing around your picture. And I've seen people do it a weird way. And I've seen people, I saw a thumbnail that I was like, how did you do that? Because it looks like they created a copy of the photo of themselves. And then they just made them a solid color. So it was like a silhouette almost. And they just made themselves like green or yellow. I don't remember what color the glow effect behind them was. But so to do that, you just have to go, it's a free thing. Just go over here to effects. That might not be right. Yeah. So I just go down to glow right here, and now it creates a glow. So to edit that, you just click on this one more time, go in here, and then you can blur it a bunch. You can not blur it. Transparency. Again, I don't know why transparency is backwards. It's super confusing to me. And we're just going to do white. And that way we have a nice glow around us, and it's even. So if you do a picture of yourself and then expand it up, or scale it up so it's behind you but it sticks out behind you, then that just looks weird and it doesn't look good. So there's that. So this is this. I think I'm done here. I'm good to go. I believe that this is it. So I'm going to download this, and then this will be the thumbnail. So download. Once it's done here, maybe I can't download it. Oh, there we go. That was weird. So it wouldn't let me download it there for a second. That was strange. Maybe it just like wasn't done processing the image or something. So I'm going to click download, and it is going to download, and I'm going to make this the thumbnail. So then you pick whether you want to save or open, and I want to save it. And Okay, so it's just going to go to my regular downloads folder, and that be it. This will be in your Canva. It automatically saves. This will be in your recent designs right here. It's still generating, but and and that is it. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you learn something in that. I know I'm learning a lot on this whole Canva thing. So if there's something specific that you can't figure out, maybe we can figure it out together. And if you have not yet, obviously check out the Facebook group, YouTube's Creators Corner. There's tons of people always asking for advice. A great place to ask for advice. People are really responsive in there. Great place to share your videos in the daily drop link drop threads. So yeah, give us a look. Check us out over there. Link is in the description. Make sure to keep on creating and create